greatest insight was how pervasive all of the vendors and all of the customers are in speaking about the industrial Internet of Things. And that's the term we're going to use for this grand digital transformation that's occurring right now in the industry.
People are starting to realize that cybersecurity isn't the end of the world. It's not binary, but it takes investment. It takes a concerted strategy, and it needs to be managed risk, just like any other risk to your operations.
Cybersecurity has changed over the years, and the attendees here have really come to realize that both vendors and industry need to work together to find a solution to that critical problem.
My biggest insight is where academics need to be at this conference a lot more so that you can understand the practicalities and challenges of digitization in industry, and so that you can take it back to the student world and the teachers so that they learn the challenges and they can sort of help implement this in the industry much better.
The conference is really focused on the engineering community. And in order for the conference to achieve the goals and objectives of digitizing the manufacturing space, you've got to bring the IT organization into the house. So you need to make sure as you go forward, you bring IT, OT, and ET all into the conference.
So I think my biggest insight is a potential disconnect between the maintenance layer and the OT layer. So the OT is pretty accountable to the overall uptime metrics, but is maintenance accountable? And is the data that maintenance could be collecting really visible by OT, and therefore are they part of the overall uptime philosophy?
You know, the thing that most surprised me from the conference around industrial IoT solutions is the need and the want and the desire to keep OT completely separate from IT, and keeping those two separate worlds linked up where they need to, but having very clear rules of engagement.
Yeah, I think there's been an evolution that's happening in the industry for a number of years, given global economic conditions, advances in technology. We're now seeing an evolution turn into a revolution. You see NMR, OPA, the industrial Internet of Things, all driving a convergence that's going to be very meaningful in our industry in the near term and long term.
So my biggest insight for the conference for this year has been the recognition that analytics is not only a developing thing, people are really using it to get value and results.